Hi, everybody. I'm Jared Wallace, Vice President of Operations at Vessi, and I'm here today to tell you about a critical hole in the food transportation system. What I'm talking about today is record keeping in food-grade tanker freight. So, as we all know, manufacturers have robust ERP systems in place that track and trace every key event that's in their manufacturing process from the time raw ingredients hit the dock doors to the time they leave as part of a finished product. But all too often, that food safety stops at the plant door, and the transportation of their liquid ingredients is largely left to chance. Records for how long a trailer has been in service, its washes, and the products it's hauled are still largely tracked on paper, tank by tank. And in the food-grade tanker world, we require verification that a tank has been cleaned and sanitized according to state and federal regulations, as well as customer-specific requirements. To prevent the contamination and introduction of allergens, we have requirements that to load certain products, we can't have hauled other products in the past 3 loads. We're required to have state certifications to haul products such as liquid dairy, and to obtain certifications such as kosher and organic and others as required to meet the strict quality requirements of the customers that we serve. But would you believe that the validation of all of these requirements is still largely done on paper, and we're still okay with accepting a handwritten receipt to prove that a proper wash was done in a tank? We're still okay with the fact that all it takes to prove the last 3 commodities that you hauled in a tank is a simple email from a trucking company that simply states, here's the last products we hauled, and we're not being asked for or providing a BOL to back that up. I've spent the last 12 years in the liquid tank industry, leading a food-grade freight brokerage, a food-grade trucking company, and a food-grade tank wash. And I've seen firsthand the opportunities for mistakes and flat-out fraud that can happen in this type of environment. I've seen dates changed on paperwork to avoid rewashing a tank because the acceptable wash time had passed. I've had trucking companies ask for products to be listed on tank wash tickets that we knew weren't true based on what we just washed out of a tank. Now, why would companies do this? A lot of times it's simply because they need a backhaul, they've found the perfect load, and the only thing that's wrong is what they just hauled. And in food-grade tanker freight, backhauls are really hard to come by. But should this make it okay to change the truth with something as important as the food that we're hauling? A few years back, we saw the opportunity for a better solution for tracking these critical events and providing a more secure, transparent, immutable record of a tanker's history. With the help of a grant from the USDA and with the development resources and data expertise from our friends at Kleinschmidt, Vessi was born. The idea behind Vessi is simple. We're not using expensive hardware or complicated software to solve the problem. We're solving the issue with a simple, easy-to-use application and a QR code. Shippers, receivers, tank wash operators all enter the information into the application by pressing a simple button of a wash, pick up, or deliver. They enter the critical information, and that information is made accessible via our proprietary trailer tracer, which is not showing, to all those folks downstream who need it the most. Our trailer tracer quickly displays critical information about a tanker, including the tank's owner, the products hauled, the current loaded weight, the certificates that a trailer may hold, and all other critical information about that tanker's relevant history downstream. Shippers and receivers can use our trailer tracer to see at a glance if a trailer is fit to load the food that they're about to put in it and avoid costly recalls or worse, costly rejections or worse product recalls. Now, the app that you see in front of you is an app that was more purpose-built for dairy because we're from Wisconsin, but what we've built with the help of the Kleinschmidt team is a scalable, extendable solution with an immutable real-time audit trail that can be deployed in many different verticals, from food to chemical to hazardous and even dry bulk, to name a few. And in addition to providing visibility to all these critical events, We've also been able to provide data analytics to a set of customers who didn't have the time or resources to compile all the data into meaningful insights. Our dashboard gives our customers at-a-glance information and allows them to drill deeper into all of the critical events that make up their load makeup. Another bonus of the information that we're compiling is that in our world, we have a lot of audits that come through from state and federal agencies as well as third-party agencies that in current times, people have to come on site, they have to sift through paperwork and compile all their audit information this way. Within the Vessi system, they can be optionally granted access to our trailer ledger where they have access to all the critical load information as well as the ability to export the information for audit purposes. Want to learn more about Vessi? Stop by the Kleinschmidt booth after the demo and we'll be happy to show you more. Thank you very much.